Welcome back to the Cozy Cottage Homestead. Sorry I completely missed last week, but we did have a subscriber winner. What I did was wrote all the names down on a sheet of paper and numbered them, and then my husband picked a number, and he picked number 4, and number 4 was Cat in the North. So she was the winner of the sunflower seeds and the clothespin bag that hangs on the laundry line. So I'll be trying to get that out this week. Do have a busy week this week. Going to see my granddaughter for her birthday this coming weekend, or spend a little time with them. So today we're going to be canning sweet corn. And as you know, I had mentioned that our corn did not do that good, right? But nevertheless, I had planned on canning some corn. So we were able to find some sweet corn here locally. And oh shucks, we forgot to record that part when we were cleaning the corn, but we did that yesterday. You know, getting old kind of stinks. Used to could do it all in one day, right? But we done the corn. This bowl here is the smaller bowl of the two. The last bowl that we done was about 40 cups of cleaned sweet corn, ready to be canned. So we do have a canner going right now. I'll pull this off and show you. So canning corn is really easy, and we're going to go through that process. So if you're a beginner, this probably would be helpful. And this was the sweet corn. This is what's left. This is a smaller container. I think it was twice this size, the one that's already in the canner right now. So we have 18 pints going right now in the canner as we speak. So I was just going to walk y'all through and show you the process on the last bowl that we have to do. We're starting with cold jars that's been cleaned and rinsed out, washed out. The corn's cold. It was in the refrigerator because we shucked it yesterday. And then our canner will be cold again by the time we put the next load in there. So it's the pressure cook method, and it's 55 minutes for the pints. And this is 12 more, so I'm thinking maybe it'll do 12 more, hopefully, but we do have a canner full of 18 going right now. So I'm going to bring the camera in closer so y'all can see just how simple it is to put up your own fresh corn. Even though we didn't grow it, we were blessed enough to find some and still be able to put up some fresh, local grown corn from a local farmer. Back to the Cozy Cottage Homestead. Y'all know what's better than being frugal is free, and it is free to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for leaving those friendly comments. Alright, so I'm going to show y'all how easy it is to can corn. We already have our corn ready to go. Jars are cleaned, and we're just going to go through the steps. Very simple, very easy. We've got pint jars today, so we're going to just go ahead and put a funnel on our jar because it does make life easier for cleaning up later. You want to fill it up to the neck of the jar. You don't want to pack it down, but you can shake it or tap it down on the counter just into the rim right here. We're hoping to get 12 more pints, but you might get a little less. That's okay. This is our second run on it. Now when you can your own corn at home, you're going to find that you will have a lot more corn in the can than just mostly water. We did put up 3 bushels of corn. Now this is what we call the June corn. It's not as fresh, well, it still is fresh. It's not as sweet as the spring corn, but nevertheless, corn's corn, and it's still really good. That one's a little overfull, so we're just going to take some of it out. And hopefully next year our little corn patch will do better. Now, we didn't do it for spring, so if we got out there in the spring, we probably would have had a better run of corn. We waited and done the June corn, and then it was just way too hot, way too dry. Got just enough in here to make it 1 pint, I believe. What's left. And if it's a little more or less, we'll just go back and top off all the jars and give them just a little bit more. So let's see, this one bowl here, the last one was 40 cups and it did 18 pints. This one is looking like it's going to do 9 more pints. So out of the 3 bushels of corn, we'll have what is that? 27 pints of fresh sweet corn canned up. The ball cannon book recommends a ½ teaspoon per pint of uniodine salt. So we're just putting plain salt, or you can put plain canning salt. But we're doing reduced salt, so we're only doing 1/4 of a teaspoon instead of the ½ a teaspoon. And you'll see how fast it goes when there's 2 people doing this. It goes super, super fast. And then we have everything set up and laid out. It just works really fast. Now we're just going to put water. Everything is cold. Cold jars, cold corn, and cold water. You're going into the cold pressure panel. Now I'm simply going to debubble it. Scooch to the edge so y'all can see what I'm doing. Going around the edges, going in the middle. And I'm looking to see if the water level is to that 1 inch mark, which is right at the rim. So this one here looks good. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know my trick. If it's a little bit over, I use a measuring spoon to get the extra out. So this one is a tad bit over. So the easiest thing that I've found to do is just use a measuring spoon and fish a little bit out. I think that one was done. And if you're not sure about what the 1 inch headspace is, if your little canning kit comes with the debubbler and the magnet, it tells you the measurements on this edge here. The 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, 1 inch, and so on. So that's what that's for. If you don't know how to, if you're not able to tell by the naked eye. Alright, I think we're good. I think that one might be just a little bit, so let's go ahead and, when in doubt, just go ahead and do it. Be better for it to be a little bit less water than a little bit too much water, if that makes sense. Alright, now we're going to wipe the rims with a little bit of vinegar. Then we have our lids in a little pan of boiling water. We're just going to stick them on top. Then we're going to put our rings on it and finger tight.
That one ain't done. That one ain't done.
Oh.
That one ain't done.
So I tighten it and then I loosen it just a little bit to make sure I'm not over tightening it. Alright, so that is just how simple it is to can some corn. Now the next step is to put it in the pressure canner, and we'll show you that in a few. So we have all of the sweet corn in the pints. There's 18 pints in the canner. We're canning outside. This keeps the house a lot cooler, and plus it's a beautiful day to be outside enjoying the weather. So it's a very important step. You want to let your pressure canner steam and vent for 10 minutes before you put the weight on it. If you don't do this, you probably would have some accidents and some problems and risk your canner blowing up or lots of injuries. So this is important, especially for beginners. I know all the seasoned canners know this, but it's always good to always make sure that you remind folks that you have to let your pressure canner vent and steam for 10 minutes before you put the weight on it. And with it being corn, you have to pressure can it because it is a low acid food. So in order to make sure that it is safe to eat, you have to can pints for 55 minutes in my area. So check in your area. Your weight may be different. Ours is 10 pounds of pressure. But after it vents, just let it go and be sure to set a timer. Alright folks, the canner has finished. Everything is back down to 0. We've taken the weight off of it, and now we're going to open it and see what the corn looks like. And always open the canner away from your face because there's still steam that can escape whenever you open the lid. I know y'all probably couldn't see the steam, but it was some steam there. And there is the corn, and if you can look closely, it is still processing, and it's still going to continue to process as it cools off. So now we're just going to unload the canner. So far, everything is looking good. And I did want to mention, sometimes if you can, and your corn is extremely sweet, like the corn in the beginning of the season, not the June corn, it can caramelize in the jars. It's still edible, but the key here is to make sure that whenever you pressure can your corn, that you don't let it jiggle a whole lot and vigorously within 1 minute. Let it do its jiggle and adjust your temperature so that your corn doesn't get overcooked. It still will be edible, and if it isn't happy to your palate, you could always just throw it to the pigs, right? So it still will not go to waste. Now we're getting the second level out, and y'all, it's really that simple to can corn yourself at home. Just keep all the safety rules in mind, and you will have a great success with canning your own food at home. So thanks for joining me today. If you have any more questions, feel free to email me. I always try to leave the email address in the description, and that will do it for today. So farewell, homestead family, friends, and neighbors from the Cozy Cottage Homestead.